Mother-in-law threw away my kids' favorite sandals because they were too girly. I'm a 28-year-old woman, and I've been married to my 40-year-old husband for 5 years. We have a 6-year-old son. I'm currently pregnant with baby number 2, who's totally obsessed with Kirby from Nintendo. Since Kirby is pink, my son loves having pink stuff because it's Kirby's color. We're heading to Cuba from Canada for a family trip this Friday, and my mother-in-law, who I usually get along with, is coming too. While packing my son's things, I realized that I couldn't find the pink sparkly sandals he specifically asked to wear at the beach. He chose them because they were the only ones in Kirby's color. I searched everywhere but had no luck. I even asked my husband, but he had no idea. Since my mother-in-law was at our house recently, I thought she might know where the sandals were. So I called her and she said, "Yes, dear, I threw them away." I was shocked and asked why, and she replied, "They were very girly. I didn't want him to get bullied wearing those ridiculous sandals. Children have no common sense. It's our job to protect them. He's a little boy, not a little princess." I lost it. I told her he picked them himself because they're Kirby colored. He's just a little kid. Why does it matter what color he wears? She kept insisting that I should be the adult and protect him. I told her that in that case, I'm protecting him by disinviting her from our trip, especially since we're paying for her. I booked a trip and I'm canceling. My husband thinks I'm overreacting and says it's just a pair of shoes. He suggested that we buy a new pair, but I doubt they'll arrive on time since I bought them online. To me, it's not just about the shoes. It's about her making decisions for us and throwing them away without even telling me. Am I the asshole here, or hormonal, crazy, pregnant lady like my husband thinks? Not the asshole at all. That's crazy that she would throw away your property. And, you have no say in what her kid wears. Also, protect them from wearing pink sparkly sandals? Really? Really? Are you okay? And who's to say he's not a little princess? Who's to say that? That's crazy. I would be like, you can buy me those sandals, actually. I'm not fucking buying those again. You're buying them. You threw them away. You ridiculous little... Sorry. I was going to say a bad word. This person said, "I don't think you're overreacting. She threw out your property without your consent. It's essentially theft. You need to establish your boundaries and defend them. And your husband needs to tell his mom that too. My suggestion for your son, I couldn't find any Kirby sandals except for fuzzy slippers, but I did find these Kirby Croc charms. So if your boy likes Crocs and Kirby, he can customize them. And then make your mother-in-law pay." OP said, "Oh, these are perfect. I think I'm going to get him pink Crocs so he can decorate them with these charms." Aw, yes, please. And make your mother-in-law pay for them. Like this person said, please do that. This person said, "I'm in my 50s, male, straight, married with 2 kids. I look amazing in pink. It fits my skin tone. Your mother-in-law is an idiot." And then this person said, "So worried grandson will be bullied that she decides to bully him?" Exactly. Exactly, period. My response to this kind of stuff is either you're literally the only person since he's had X that's been concerned about it and his sexuality. Why is that? Or, oh no, how long does he have left to wear pink before he's blank? A princess, gay, needing a wishing well, etc. And pushing them back up their claims with non-existent data. Because that's just crazy. Kids just like stuff because kids like stuff. They're not putting any meaning behind that. They like it because they like it. And they love, that. He loves Kirby, so yeah, he loves pink. Who cares? Who cares? People are so annoying. Okay. The title of the next story is, "My mom secretly moved in next door to help with my baby, but now she's trying to co-parent. I gave birth 7 months ago, and being postpartum has been a roller coaster. Exhaustion, hormones, healing, wedding planning, financial, etc. My fiance and I just moved into a rental home a couple months ago to be closer to his job. I was so excited for a fresh start. Then my mom said she was coming to visit for a few weeks to help out. Great. So she booked an Airbnb conveniently on the same street. Or so I thought. 1 week in, she casually mentions she's thinking of extending. I say sure, as long as she's okay with the cost. She laughs and says, "Oh, I'm not paying by the night. I signed a 12-month lease next door." Excuse me? She didn't tell me. Didn't ask. just moved a few doors down to my house with her initials on the mailbox and a whole storage truck of furniture. I was stunned. She kept saying, "It's just until you're back on your feet." But I am on my feet. Tired? Yes. But parenting, healing, functioning, it felt like she decided I couldn't do this without her, even though I never asked for her help. But it got worse. It has become overwhelming and aggravating. She started showing up unannounced, like 6 a.m., just checking if the baby woke up, or 10 p.m., wanting cuddles with her or to put her to bed. She's been inserting herself into everything, nap schedules, feeding choices, even arguing with my fiance about how he holds the baby. One night she told him, "You're not doing enough, and when you hold her, you act like the babysitter." Then she started calling my baby "our girl." "Our girl doesn't like that brand of formula," or "our girl gets fussy if we don't follow the schedule." She says "we" a lot, as in, "we don't like that toy," or "we didn't sleep well last night," like I'm the nanny. It's effing exhausting. I confronted her gently, and she got so defensive that she cried, said I was being cruel. She moved here out of love, and that any other mom would do the same, making me feel like the ungrateful adult child. My fiance wants to set a firm boundary or ask her to leave, but I feel guilty. She is my mom. She's never been this intense before, and a part of me wonders if she's just lonely or projecting something that she hasn't dealt with. But I also can't live like this. I feel like I'm not allowed to be my baby's mom without her shadow over me. I'm a first-time mom. I want to experience motherhood in its entirety. I don't know if I should confront her harder, let her stay and try to coexist, or ask her to leave and risk destroying our relationship. Has anyone else ever dealt with a parent trying to strong-arm co-parent your kid uninvited? Well, I think that it's important to set boundaries for sure. I'm sure it would help a lot to have your mom's help. I feel like that's one thing that would really help, but you just need to set boundaries with her. I don't know if they can be set now though, now that she thinks that she has all of this power and say, and she's completely butting in and crossing so many boundaries that she should know. She should already know not to cross these boundaries. It's not she's a full-blown adult. She should know, but she obviously doesn't. So I would have a talk with her. I don't know. I think that it would be a lot of help, and she's obviously willing to help. So if it were me, I personally would just have a talk with her and want to settle things down, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. Don't do this. Don't do this, this, and this. And then hopefully she stays within those boundaries. And if not, then that's when you could really get her to just leave you alone. Edit. Wow, I didn't expect this post to resonate with so many people so fast. Thank you to everyone who shared their stories, advice, or just straight up tough love. I needed it. After reading the replies, especially the brutally honest ones, I realized I've been prioritizing not upsetting my mom over protecting my peace and my baby's space. That breaks my heart. That ends now. My fiance and I are sitting down tonight to make a plan. Here's what we've already decided. We're locking our doors at all times. She will no longer be allowed to just drop in. Texts, calls will only be responded to when it's convenient for us, not immediately or emotionally. I'm going to tell her directly that while I appreciate her desire to be involved, she is not the co-parent. And if she keeps boundary stomping, she won't be involved at all. I'll probably bring my fiance into that combo for backup because I know she'll try to cry or guilt me again. But this time I'm going in calm, clear, and with zero wiggle room. I'll update again after the conversation if anyone's interested. Thank you all. Seriously. Sometimes the internet is a wild place, but right now it helps me take my power back. Love that for you. Edit 2. It didn't go bad, but it didn't go good either. We finally had the talk tonight. It took a while to build up the nerve, and honestly, I felt sick to my stomach leading up to it. My fiance and I sat my mom down and gently explained how things have been feeling. How we've appreciated her presence and help in some ways, but how the drop-ins, the unsolicited advice, and the constant involvement have started to feel overwhelming and intrusive. We made it clear we need space to figure things out as a family, and we want to parent our child without feeling like we're under supervision. To her credit, she didn't blow up. She got quiet, defensive, but not combative. She said things like, "I thought I was helping, and I didn't realize I was making it worse." She even said she felt like she was fired from being a grandma. There was a definite coldness, like she was holding back a bigger reaction or deciding what to do with the information. She asked a few questions, mostly clarifying things like, "So you don't want me to come over without asking?" Answer, "Yes." Please text first. And you don't want me giving advice anymore? Answer, only if we ask for it. There was a long pause, and then she said, I knew this was his influence. He's trying to take you away from me. My fiance stayed calm, bless him. But it was clear she's been bottling resentment toward him for a while. I told her plainly, no, Mom, these are my words. You're not listening to me. You're trying to turn me against the person who is actually supporting me. I need you to understand that if you keep crossing our boundaries, you'll lose access to this experience entirely. There were a few tears, and she brought up sacrifices she made and how she thought she was doing the right thing. At one point, she even asked, would you be doing this if I was his mother instead of yours? That one stung because she doesn't see how we've both been drowning trying to manage her presence. Although surprisingly, and maybe this is a small win, she didn't yell. She didn't storm out. She sat there and actually listened, even if she didn't like it. We told her we want to be the ones raising our child, and that the help she offers needs to be on our terms. Specifically, no more unannounced visits. No more inserting herself into parenting decisions. We said we needed space, physically and emotionally, to breathe, learn, and grow as a little family. She said she was hurt, but will try to respect our wishes. Honestly, I don't know if she fully gets it. The vibe when she left was tense. She didn't slam the door, but she didn't hug me goodbye either. It kind of felt like a polite ending to an awkward dinner party. So yeah, not the worst case scenario, but not the breakthrough that I was hoping for. We're giving her time to process, and we're standing by the boundaries that we set. I'm nervous about what the next few weeks looks like, but I also feel a tiny sense of relief for speaking up. I appreciate everyone's support and encouragement. Truly, your stories and advice gave me courage to say something. I'll update if anything major changes. The top comment says, your mom ambushed you and then tried to take total control. She needs firm boundaries and controls and therapy. Lots of therapy. Yeah, because moving in without telling you is honestly so crazy. And also, I feel like when you don't tell someone something and you like ambush someone, and I didn't even really like address this the first time, like the original story, but I feel like when you do something and you don't tell someone that you're doing it, you usually know that that's not something they want you to do. Like there's typically a reason that you're keeping it a secret. Otherwise, you would have told her and been like, "Oh my God, like, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. What do you think about that? Like, I think you could use my help and I would really love to help you. What do you think?" But you did it because you knew that she probably wasn't going to want you to do that. And that's where you went wrong, because that's selfish of you to do, even though you think you're being selfless by like coming and helping out and being like the hero and saving the day, and but I mean, you ended up not really saving the day, and you're trying to like turn them against each other, which is really crazy to me. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.